Hi everybody, Steve here with another impromptu vlog, my vlog for the day. Snatched up my GoPro and yeah, my girlfriend just sent me an article. I figured I'd talk about this a little bit today. Also, the prospect of snow coming back. There was the potential, the slight idea that maybe a little bit of snow was coming Friday, maybe a little bit on Saturday, and it's definitely going to be cold. I'm seeing kind of mixed whatever, but apparently one of the local guys, which of course the local meteorologists very seldom are accurate, especially when it comes to snow, he said as much as 14 inches of snow in the Portland area. Dear God, this city is going to explode in panic if that happens. But it's apparently supposed to start Friday. It might not break freezing Saturday, so it'll just go overnight Friday and all through Saturday. And I already had a friend at work ask me if I can cover her shifts, and in all fairness, she lives like 30 miles away from work, so if it snows, she is screwed. Anyway, for today, my girlfriend sent me this, and of course this was always in the back of my head. Here's an article from Oregonian Canzano, who is kind of a negative Nancy sports reporter, so he loves talking about stuff where everything is depressing and bleak. Trailblazers likely to be sold, creating some angst at City Hall. And essentially, plop, what the article is saying is, since Paul Allen, who's owned, I guess, the Blazers for a very long time, he passed a few months back. So, there's a little bit of limbo. It's apparently going to take, according to the article, several years before his estate is even fully worked out, and probably only then would the Blazers go up on the market. Obviously, somebody's going to have to buy the team eventually. So there's some panic that people are coming downstairs. Don't interrupt my vlog. But there's some general panic that the Blazers may eventually get sold and then relocated. And I was like, man, Bill Gates needs to do his former buddy Paul Allen a solid and buy the team. But then I'm like, man, if freaking Bill Gates buys the Blazers, he'll probably relocate him to Seattle. Which, if the Blazers get relocated to Seattle, that is the biggest disrespect bitch slap in the face ever. But anyway, so there's now some general concern, and I'm not too concerned. I don't really think the Blazers are going anywhere, even if they get bought. And I understand there's got to be a lot of nerves and panic, especially since, Seattle, the Sonics got moved, like 10 years ago, and people are like, well, if Seattle can lose their NBA team, why can't Portland? Because Seattle's a bigger city, blah, blah, blah. The Sonics had been around longer, but it's important to remember the Sonics also got kind of screwed out of their team, and the city, as I understand it, didn't really do a whole lot to make the owners want to keep the team there. They had Key Arena, which was just not a good arena. It wasn't big enough, and they really needed to suck it up and build a new arena, and I guess that just kept falling through, and the owners were just like, why would we keep this team here? It was still sketchy the way that they did it, but I think that whole thing is still very fresh in people's minds, so people in Portland are paranoid because, we've known Paul Allen, and we trust him with this team, and we know that he would never relocate this team. So now it's like, who's going to buy the team now? Who are we going to be relying on to make decisions about the future of this squad? And, you almost wonder now. It seems like the Blazers, the city of Portland, is getting very close to getting a baseball team. They just got I guess the okay to build this big, huge stadium kind of up in the Slabtown area, just north of downtown, kind of along the Willamette River. So there's the idea that a professional baseball team in Portland is imminent, and we're wondering, well, is that going to make? Because Portland has been. I mean, there's like the Winterhawks here, and there's the Timbers, and but as far as big, major professional sports, the Blazers are it in town. I mean, I guess technically you could say the Timbers are there, but some people might be worried that the prospect of another major professional sports team coming to town will affect the Blazers, but I'm like, the baseball season doesn't start till the NBA season's coming to an end, and the baseball season ends. The World Series literally happens right when, preseason is starting. So neither sports are even going to affect each other, and the fact of the matter is, the Pacific Northwest is very much an indoor sports town. I mean, it's raining all the time, so, it's, I mean, the Mariners have worked in Seattle, but indoor sports work better in the Pacific Northwest because it's raining consistently. I'm not saying that that's the main reason to keep the Blazers in Portland, but I just don't see the team going anywhere soon. I think this is just a lot of panic because all of a sudden the future is in limbo. I guess the Blazers are like their lease goes through the 2023 season, but the Blazers are constantly filling up. I mean, we're Rip City. I don't mean to sound corny, but literally, like, that is the thing. It's not even just a general term. It's not just a general Blazer term. It's like a representation of our city as a whole, you know? And I think basketball is so much popular here than so many other cities that have NBA teams. Even cities that have pretty good teams. You know, Portland is such a bigger basketball town than plenty of cities that have NBA teams. It would be stupid. I don't care who buys this team. It would be beyond stupid and ignorant for whoever buys this team to think that relocating the team is going to be beneficial to them. And as far as the whole Seattle thing goes, it seems like Seattle's kind of people keep talking about how Seattle's inevitably going to get another team. It seems like it just seems pretty much around the corner. And I think about the Charlotte Hornets, who relocated to New Orleans, and then like 2-3 years later they had another team in Charlotte. They were the Bobcats for a while, and they even managed to get the Hornets back, which is why New Orleans is called the Pelicans now. But that's another story. But yeah, I mean, I will go flat out off the rocker ballistic if the Blazers got relocated. I would be inconsolable. I understand there's a lot more important things in the world to get emotionally invested in, but I can't help it. Basketball has been a prominent part of my life since I was like 8 years old, and the Blazers, like, that is the thing for me, and there's very few things in Portland I like more than the Blazers. So, yeah, I'll lose my mind if they ever do get relocated, but I'm not really all that concerned about it. Now, the one thing that could make it up for concern is it seems the earliest we'd possibly get sold and possibly relocated would be the middle of the next decade, like 2025. And who's to say that we're not in a rebuilding phase during that time? You know, Dame could be gone in a couple of years. CJ could be gone in a couple of years. We could lose one of our plenty of good players and end up being just slipping into mediocrity and becoming like a 35-win team, even with Dame or with CJ or Nurkic or whatever. And then they decide to just gut the team and restart. So suddenly, right when the Blazers are getting sold, they're this 25-win team. You know, they're a Cleveland or a Phoenix that's completely rebuilding, and all of a sudden attendance is going down, and there's this idea that basketball really doesn't matter as much, when really it's just the team sucking right now. They'll get better again. Maybe somebody who buys the team and the team is mired in that dynamic, maybe they get relocated, but I still don't really see it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit today and try to end this before we hit 12 minutes, but I'm only at 8 minutes, so I'm fine. But that seems to be a big news story going around town, other than the snow that may or may not be coming. I'm telling you right now, trust me, if that does happen, if we really do get the snow that they say is coming, there will be a lot of vlogging done this weekend. I even feel guilty because this person who asked me to switch my Friday shift tomorrow for a weekend shift, I'm not going to switch shifts, even though I know she can't make it to work, because I really want to have this whole weekend to vlog like crazy, because this is probably going to be the only really big snowfall we have this year. And I am going to be there with it and to bring it to you guys. So they'll be vlogging here and on my Amateur Historian channel. There'll probably be a lot of video shot this weekend if things go the way that the meteorologists say they will, which, who knows? But, yeah, Blazers and snow. I think the Blazers are playing tonight. Go Blazers. My freaking mind. Other than that, just a big editing day for me. I get up early and go to work tomorrow. I'm off at 5 tomorrow. The snow's supposed to start rolling in tomorrow night. We'll see what it looks like when I get off work. Till then, I will catch you guys later.